and welcome to this quick yoga flow for singers to help you connect to your body, your breath, and your voice before you sing today. I'm doing this 28 weeks pregnant, so all of this will be pregnancy safe as well. So let's begin seated on the floor in a comfortable seat, maybe a cross-legged position, and allow your sits bones to drop into the floor, maybe pulling away the flesh of your buttocks. And once we're here, let's just take a moment to land. If it feels comfortable for you, allow your eyes to close, to come within. Simply noticing where you're at today. Noticing your breath. And perhaps as you're feeling your sits bones on the floor, you begin to find some more length through the spine, up through the back of the neck, up through the crown of the head. And allowing your breath to be just natural and easy here. And setting an intention for this brief practice and for how you want to feel today when you are singing. When you're ready, take a deep inhale in, holding it at the top. Sniff in a little bit more air, a little bit more. And exhale, side out. Allowing your eyes to open, coming back to the room. And let's begin to move the spine. On your next inhale, you're going to reach your hands up high. And let's pause here. So I want you to find that length from your sits bones all the way up through your fingertips. Allow your shoulders to drop down your back. And just take a moment here, breathing into this length and this openness in the side body. We're going to be opening up and mobilizing through the rib cage today, all those intercostals that are helping you breathe and facilitate breath support. On your next inhale, reach up a little higher. Exhale, drop down to the side and take a nice stretch. Inhale through center, exhale to the other side. Inhale, center, exhale to the side. Inhale, center, exhale to the side. Take this last round at your own pace, connecting breath to movement. And as you reach away from your sits bone, I want you to feel that stretch. Allow your sits bone to drop into the floor, coming back to center, reach up high, and we're going to come into a twist. So you can bring your hand down to your knee, and depending on how deep you want to go in the twist, you can either be on that open knee, which this is recommended for pregnancy, or come all the way around to your opposite knee. And we're just going to take a moment here to open up through the spine. So we're finding that long line of the spine from the tailbone out the crown of the head, and we're feeling the rib cage twist around that. You can allow your gaze to travel back. And when you're ready, you can inhale back through center, and we're going to come to the other side, finding your level of twist here. And I invite you to begin to notice the expansion of your ribs. This actually provides a really nice amount of sensory feedback, just to show us that resistance there. Can we move into it with our breath? And on your next inhale, coming back through center, reaching up high, exhale, coming into cactus arms. We're going to again take a moment here, so bringing your arms out to your sides, palms open, fingers stretching wide, feeling a stretch through your collarbones, engaging through your core, keeping that long spine so we're not just splaying open here, but keeping that integrity through our spine, through our core as we open up through the chest. On your next inhale, reach up high, exhale, hands can float down to your knees. We're going to begin to find some rotations here. So palms are on your knees, and we find some swivels. So once again, we are bringing some mobility, some flexibility to the spine and to those intercostals. Going one way and then the other. And this mobility work is so important to give us the full range of motion to engage and release in our singing, right? And you can go the other way again, and you can make these circles as big or as small as you'd like. And again, the other. And when you're ready, coming back to center, we're gonna take some seated cat-cows. Inhale, open up your heart space. Exhale, draw your belly button to your spine. Inhale, open up. Exhale, belly button to the spine. You're arching back. Inhale, open. Exhale, arch back. Inhale, open. Take a few rounds of this on your own, finding your own pace, finding that beautiful spinal flexion. We're just getting everything all lubricated and opened up here. And when you're ready, coming back to center, take a moment here to find your long spine. And we're gonna come onto all fours. So finding a quadruped position here, hands and knees. Hands are underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide, and knees are underneath your hips. Let's take a moment here just to check in with our long spine and our breath. So I want you to notice that length from your tailbone moving up your spine, up through your neck, out the crown of your head. And as we're here, I invite you to draw your belly button in towards the spine a little bit. And with this resistance of drawing your belly in just the slightest bit, it's just a nice little engagement, right? It's just a little tuck, a little engagement. Begin to find your breath around this resistance. So moving your breath more into your low back, your intercostals. You might even feel it creeping up into your upper back, into your sides. So take a couple of breaths here, feeling this expansion and release. This is a really interesting way or position in which to experience our breath. Because we have a little bit more of that resistance, right? And when you're ready, you can find some of those rotations again through the spine. Just wiggling it out. We're going to take a moment here to find release in our pelvis before we move back into the intercostals. So coming back to that quadruped position. And I want you to imagine that you have a pencil going out your back end. So it's like your tailbone extends out into a pencil, and you're going to begin to draw circles on the wall behind you using this pencil. So we're isolating the pelvis here. Take a couple rounds of this each way. There might be some tightness, and that's okay. That's what we're here for, to move through this. Once again, checking in with your breath. And coming back to center, moving your hands a little bit forward. Let's begin to take some circles with the hips. So it's like you have a pencil coming out down through your belly button towards the floor now. And you're drawing some circles there on the floor. Going one way and then the other. How's your breath doing? How's it moving? And when you're ready, coming back to center, we're going to take one more move here. So you're going to bring your hand behind your head, all right? So one is still planted on the floor. And you're going to open up your heart. Exhale, draw that elbow down to your wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, open, feeling that expansion. Exhale, draw it down, and you can check in with your tummy here. Make sure that that little bit of engagement is still happening as you breathe through this. One more. And letting that go. Coming to the other side, planting your other hand, bringing your other hand up to your ear. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate down. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate down. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, keeping that length in the spine. We're not dropping in the belly. And coming back to all fours. Let's actually shift back to sit on our heels. If you want a little foot release, you can curl your toes under. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can just sit right on your feet. But if you're up for the challenge here, because it can be quite tight, I invite you to open up through the soles of your feet, which is where, our grounding begins. As singers, planting down through our feet, we work from the bottom up, feet, pelvis. That is the way our breath support functions. So take a moment here, taking a couple of deep breaths. And when you're ready, coming back to that seated position where we began. And I invite you to close your eyes and simply notice how you feel. Is there any difference in how you feel in your energy or your body than when you showed up today? Just noticing, thanking yourself for putting this time in to invest in your well-being. And once again, coming back to that intention, how do you want to feel today when you're singing? You can bring it into full color, like a movie in your mind. Allow yourself to feel those feelings. And when you're ready, we will close with 3 humming exhales. So inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, hum it out. Inhale fully, release in your jaw. Exhale. And maybe on this last exhale, you allow your voice to wander. Inhale. Exhale, hum it out. Whatever note, whatever song you would like to sing out. And we'll all meet back together in stillness. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me, for practicing with me today. Happy singing and happy practicing.